Breaking news on a controversy in one community over 2 books in the school district's library. Thanks for joining us for the news at 11. I'm Chris Fry. The school board voting on whether they should remain available to students or ban them. Caitlin McCarthy, live in Lake County with the breaking developments. Caitlin, you attended this meeting tonight, and a lot of passion on both sides.
Chris, Mentor parents and community members both very heated tonight over whether these books should stay on school library shelves. Well, just moments ago, the school board voted to not ban either of these books that would be in the elementary school and the high school. Mentor schools parents divided over the district banning these 2 books. Right now, Real Kids Speaking Up for Change by Miranda Paul and Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Moss.
We should not be banning books, okay?
As adults and parents, it is our job to stand up and protect the next generation coming up and see them through.
Right now, Real Kids Speaking Up for Change is available for kindergartners to 5th graders. And some community members say it's ideologically biased and not age appropriate. Empire of Storms is available in the high school's library. A retired Mentor Schools teacher says it depicts multiple sexual acts in graphic detail that are not appropriate.
How about you leave the political ideology to the parents and focus on what people are actually sending their kids to you for, education, not indoctrination.
We have bigger problems in this school that we are wasting our time on this fake outrage.
After the book challenges were brought to the superintendent, he reviewed both books and decided not to pull them. Tuesday evening's board meeting discussed appealing that decision. Neither of these books are required in the curriculum. 2 current high school students spoke up with their thoughts.
As a student, nothing makes me more upset than hearing that some parents and board members would like to strip us of educational material. I'm in vehement opposition to book bannings, as they do more harm to students than good.
Being said, we shouldn't be banning any books at our public schools since it's for everyone. I stand in front of this school board as one of the few out trans kids in this district.
According to the district's policy manual, no challenged material may be removed from the curriculum or from a collection of resource materials except by action of the board, and no challenged material may be removed solely because it presents ideas that may be unpopular or offensive to some. Any board action to remove material will be accompanied by the board's statement of its reasons for the removal.
Every family has the right to advocate for the best experience for their child in the schools. I don't particularly care what other families read or what their children bring home from the school, but it's important to me to protect my child's emotional health.
What happens if we have a student that does go to the actual public library and checks out one of these books that you guys claim to be so far inappropriate it shouldn't be in their school library? But they bring it to school. Are they going to get in trouble?
Again, just moments ago, the school board voting to not ban either of those books, and the district tells me that parents have the choice to opt in when their child checks out a book from the school library. Reporting live in Mentor, Caitlin McCarthy, 19 News.
Caitlin, thanks.